Oh, 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 no.
I don't need negative energy, wrap me in positive synergy. I have been doubted through life, been there and done it with trifling people who told me my style would not work. I told them they wrong, they're struggling too long. This song is for you, I'm proving you wrong.
Get out my way, get out my way, get out my way,
Get out my way,
get out my way, get out my way, get out my way.
get out my way.
Haters, haters, all good. Thought I couldn't when I could. Had a dream, it's reality. I made my own way up out the hood. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Atmos Love. Listen, we got some things to talk about today. I want to talk about this story here that came out about this young queen who was visiting her boyfriend in Georgia. And she came down, and I guess there was a eviction notice for her boyfriend, and she was there. The boyfriend was going to work, and as she was gone, or he was gone, the police came, knocked on the door, and you're about to see what had happened. So just so you know, CSR investigates a woman assaulted by marshals while naked in eviction at her boyfriend's apartment speaks. This is an exclusive story here. It says a woman from New Jersey was visiting her boyfriend in Georgia when she claims she was assaulted by marshals looking to evict him. Now, he wasn't home at the time, but that didn't stop two of the officers from ordering her out of the apartment after she had just gotten out of the bath. With her 4-year-old watching, the mom says she was assaulted after marshals told her she could get appropriately dressed. Now she's sharing her story with TSR investigation reporter Justin Carter. Shout out to TSR for this information. This is their content in hopes of bringing awareness to the situation. Jumina Baskerville tells Carter that she was having a typical morning until Fulton County Marshals, Fulton County is here in Georgia, they barged into her boyfriend's home to serve an eviction notice. You barged in to serve an eviction notice. Baskerville, who was only wearing a bathrobe, asked if she could get dressed. But instead of her being allowed to cover herself up adequately, she says an all-male group of marshals body slammed and arrested her on the spot while her 4-year-old daughter listened from a nearby room. She said that they had their knees on my neck, exposing my body. It's not like I had any underclothes on. I had on nothing, fresh out the tub. Baskerville says that the trauma still affects her toddler daughter, who refers to the police as the people who assaulted her. She brings it up every time we're outside. She sees police officers. She's like, "Mommy, the police beat you up." The mom plans to take legal action in the future using the body cam video from the arrest as her proof. In the TSR exclusive, Jumana recalls the horrific day and lays out her plans to pursue justice. Hit play to see it. So I'm going to show y'all just a little bit of this video, but I want to know, and y'all leave it in the comments, how would you feel if the police knocked on the door, you go to the door and say, "Hello, yes, give me a minute, let me put my clothes on," and they kick in the door. They kick in after they know someone's there, barge into your room, and lock you up. You tell them, "Listen, all I got is a robe on. I don't have any clothes on. Let me get adequately dressed." They say, "Okay, go in the bathroom." And at the end of the day, she's in handcuffs. Her body's exposed. This is something that, is at her boyfriend's house. She's visiting. And this happens to her. Let me go ahead and play this so that y'all can hear it for yourselves.
Eviction in the Atlanta area turned into a terrorizing moment for a black veteran and her 4-year-old daughter.
It was excessive force.
Fulton County Marshals barged into her boyfriend's apartment while she was undressed and alone, but when she went to put some clothes on,
Breaking my arm! Should be shaming yourself.
Officials allegedly slammed her to the ground and arrested her on the spot. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Jumana Baskerville was living in New Jersey at the time, but was frequently traveling to the Sandy Springs area right outside of Atlanta to go visit her boyfriend. She says that...
Let's halt really quick. So far we know, the police go in and tell her she should be ashamed of herself. Ashamed of herself for what? It's not like it's her apartment that they were serving the eviction notice on. She was just there visiting her boyfriend. Okay? Now, I am totally confused as to why they would say she should feel ashamed. Maybe they didn't know who she was, so they really just didn't give a damn. It was just all about them doing what they had to do. But you have to take some type of consideration for people who are not, her name wasn't even on the paperwork. Let's continue this.
December 14th, 2021, it was a Tuesday. It started off as a normal day. She says her boyfriend went to work that morning. Around 11:30 that morning, she says that she went to go take a bath. And moments later, she hears a knock on the door. She then puts on a robe. She says she answers the door. It was several men from the Fulton County Marshals office. She says that they were there to serve an eviction for her boyfriend's apartment. Little did she know, she says, things would get physical fast. It was all caught on body camera video. Baskerville says that the marshals demanded she vacate her boyfriend's apartment immediately. She was noticeably upset in this footage. She says that she had no idea what was happening, so she called her boyfriend.
I called him. I'm like, you need to get here right now. They're trying to kick us out.
You can see she had a robe on. She then rummages through some clothes, walks to a nearby bedroom, and shuts the door.
Don't close the door. Now?
I'm putting clothes on and I'm naked.
Obviously, you're not naked.
I am naked. You want to see?
Go in the bathroom and get dressed.
Who are you talking to? Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get down now! Get out now! Get out now! Okay, so let me give a viewer discretion is advised. Obviously, this is a graphic video. It doesn't show any nudity or anything like that. But when you listen to it, it's hard to listen to. Now, you can hear her saying no. You can hear her, kind of being defiant. But obviously, the cops don't know. She goes into the room and closes the door. That's mistake number one. They don't know if you're going to get a gun. They don't know what you're going to do. They don't even know what's going on in that household. So that was probably something that she shouldn't have done. However, let's check it out.
He's like, you can't close the door. I'm like, but we're naked. I'm like, but I'm naked. I have to get dressed. He's like, I guess he yelled. He's like, well, go in the bathroom then. And then I'm like, what? I'm like that's the bathroom is right here. He grabbed me, body slammed me.
She says all of this was happening while her 4-year-old daughter, Autumn, was nearby.
Good.
Oh my God, it hurt. That hurt. It's breaking my arm.
You should be shaming yourself. You should be shaming yourself.
My
Going to jail.
I don't have no.
You're going to jail.
That hurts. Let me close my close it.
It's another grown man, officer there as well, and he's helping him. You see, they have their knee on my back. They're exposing my body.
She says once they got her in handcuffs, the officer went into the bedroom, picked up her boyfriend's jeans, and tried to put them on her.
Like, it's not like I had on underclothes. It's not like I had on a bra, I had on panties. I'm telling you, I had on nothing. Fresh out the tub. And that's how he took me to jail. He took me to jail in a pair of pants with no underclothes on.
Her boyfriend would later arrive and picked up her daughter before she was taken to jail.
She still brings it up, like, every time we're, like, outside or in a car or something and she see police officers, she be like, Mommy, the police, they beat you up.
So this is an issue, I would have to say, especially with our younger people seeing stuff like this. Our young kids, you don't know what image is drained into that little girl's head. And she's only 4 years old. So can you imagine, whenever she sees the police, she's telling her mama, those the police, they beat you up. That's rough. It really is. Let's continue.
Baskerville went to jail on a number of charges, including obstruction of law enforcement and simple battery.
I'm a small girl. It was nothing I could do to them two grown men that was in the apartment. It was nothing I could do to them. I just didn't understand like why did it go so far, because I wanted to put clothes on.
Over the years, police body camera video has shed new light on a growing problem. Black women arrested or detained in a violent manner, often for crimes they don't commit and without female officers on hand. In February 2019, Anjanette Young, a 51-year-old medical social worker, was forced to stand naked in front of a...
So that was another story that had happened. But I would assume that the charges will probably get dropped. But I want to know, how do y'all feel about this story? How do you feel about it? Do you feel as though that the police were, wrong for arresting her? Do you feel as though that, someone busted in the house, you're probably startled, probably scared, you don't know, what to do? I'm glad that, the young lady didn't have a gun and she started shooting at the police coming in. But this is definitely something that could have turned into a much worse situation. I remember the one story with the young lady who was, who got shot, and killed when they did a no-knock warrant on this gentleman's house. He shot back. And, and it was just a crazy situation. Like, so when someone kicks in your door, someone can say that they're the police at the door, but you expect the police not to kick the door in, right? So anyone can say it's the police and they kick in and rob you. Okay. So I want to know what y'all think about this here. My personal opinion is, that this is just, it's a tragedy. I can only imagine how the young lady feels. I feel so sorry for the little young daughter. But let's continue to just pray that people can understand that, there are going to be consequences for your actions. And in this case, I honestly believe that the police acted out much too aggressive, especially for it to be men and a woman. They could have detained her, had a woman come and, take care of that situation. It could have been handled so many different ways. But, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this story. Once again, this is Atmos Love, and this is the Let's Talk About this lady who was arrested by police while naked. God bless y'all. I will holler at y'all later on. Peace out. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Peace.